Dr. Joe Dispenza is a legend in the meditation world, teaching people how to rewire their brains, open their hearts, and create a new reality through meditation, including healing yourself just through meditation. Now, I've been studying and practicing his work for years, and after over 1,000 hours of meditating with his methods, I've discovered a few truths that will surprise you. And these are things not really talked about. Here are the 4 biggest lessons that I've learned logging over 1,000 hours of meditation. Hi, Earth Angels. This is what I have realized the truth is about his teachings. Number 1, which is probably very controversial to say on YouTube and in the spiritual community, but shadow work is overrated. Not once do you ever hear Dr. Joe Dispenza in all of his teachings ever talk about going into the emotions of your past or doing shadow work or doing inner child healing. Because the essence of everything is that your emotions are the frequency that you are broadcasting out into the universe. And if you consistently replay and dive into your past, you are only going to be reproducing your past into the now moments. And I feel like the spiritual community can get really involved in digging into your past and digging into your wounds and going deep into the why and the how and to the healing of all of it. Ultimately, consistently reliving the pain of your past is only going to project into your future, and ultimately it's just you reliving the suffering. The true transformation happens when you let go of the past. When you keep on analyzing your old self and going back into it, it's not necessary. I used to think that that was part of the whole healing process. And I'm not saying that ignoring your feelings and your emotions when they arise is the answer. You want to honor them in the moment, but it's not necessary to go back into them and explore them. I think that if they arrive naturally and they present itself, then absolutely honor them, take the time, and allow them to be moved. That is what emotions are, energy and motion. Allow them to be moved, but it's not necessary to go into all of this shadow work and really dive into the old self. We're trying to leave the old self and reinvent the new self. And the past has no future in your now. I think that was really deep. So that is a huge lesson that I've learned. Now I don't dive into any past. I just really focus on my future. I will say that leaving the past in the past and not having this idea of that I need to go back into it, I need to do shadow work, I need to feel, to process, all of those things that I once thought is actually incredibly freeing. And freedom is the healing process. The second thing I learned is that manifestation is an interesting topic, which I talk a lot about on this channel, but I'm here to say that I thought that this work was about manifestation, but this work is actually about being whole and feeling whole and remembering your wholeness, because only from a place of wholeness can you actually manifest from. And I think that we get caught up in this whole manifestation world of trying to manifest more abundance, more love, our soulmate, our dream partner, perfect health, when in reality, all of this work that Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about, and just meditation in itself, is actually about returning to wholeness and understanding that we are whole exactly as we are right here, right now. Nothing is in lack. Nothing is separate from us. And feeling that wholeness when we enter into the quantum field, feeling that wholeness when we are in a meditative state is the true healing. So a big lesson that I've learned in this meditation process is that I don't need to chase anything. I am whole. And the point of meditation is to feel that wholeness. And then if you want to add manifestation on top of it, then that's great. But I do think that even just feeling that wholeness and recognizing that you are whole in the here and now is actually the whole point. The third lesson that really shook me was that emotions are everything. I used to think that the visualization process was so incredibly important, of like how I visualize, what I see, making sure everything is like so in detail. But I realized that visualization is just like the fun game that you play, and the emotion is the most important part. You could not visualize anything in pictures or, visualize anything at all. But if you feel the emotion of what it is that you are wishing to call in or manifest or create from, that's the whole point. That's the most important part. Without emotion, it's just empty. It's just a frequency that's not being charged and broadcasted out. It's kind of like a dormant frequency that's just existing here. But it needs that catapult of emotion in order to be felt, received, and understood by the quantum field. So that was a huge realization for me, because I was so obsessed with the visualization process and getting every detail correct in the visualization process that I almost forgot that the feeling is the whole point. That's what allows it to be magnetized. That's what allows it to be a manifestation and for it to be heard by the quantum field. So now I don't care if I visualize or not. I love to visualize. I love to create and let my imagination go. I think it's such a fun place to be in. But my goal now is to feel. If I can feel abundant, that's a win for me. If I can feel whole, if I can feel love, if I can feel the happiness, the joy, the gratitude, the emotion that it is that I want to create, the freedom, then that's a success in my books. And I am so happy to leave that meditation. That's all I desire now. My goal is the feeling. It's not the visualization. The fourth lesson that has been the biggest for me is that meditation is the ultimate portal. It is the ultimate of all. I have guided so many ceremonies and hosted so many events in this life. I just completed my 8th international yoga and transformation retreat. And I have also hosted so many breathwork ceremonies, sound healing ceremonies, yoga sessions. And I feel that all of those are incredible. They're so valuable and they are so impactful. But ultimately, what has been the most impactful for me is meditation. It's crazy because it's the most accessible thing on this earth. It is free. It is only with our breath. Anyone can do it. At any time, anywhere, any place. It's the most accessible thing out there on this earth that is the most impactful, but it is so overlooked. So I now prioritize, I have a history as being a personal trainer. I used to be obsessed with the gym and that was my life. And I thought that was my meditation. Now I will prioritize sitting myself down for 45 minutes to an hour and a half, whatever the meditation will be, because I know there is absolutely nothing better I could do for myself. Mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, that is the best thing that I can do for myself. And if you told me years ago that I would be telling you this when I was so obsessed with the gym and so obsessed with yoga and so obsessed with breathwork and sound healing and all of those modalities, that I would be standing here saying, I'm sitting, but I would be here telling you that meditation is the ultimate everything, I'd be mind blown. Because I couldn't sit down for more than 5 minutes before. I would be so lost and overcomplicate everything. And I feel like I just want to share that you're doing it right. This is another lesson on top of this. I used to think that there was a right way to do meditation, that I needed to clear my mind, empty my mind, have no thoughts, go somewhere, get somewhere, feel something, experience something. That's not true. The truth about meditation is you just sitting with yourself in silence, present, witnessing everything that is coming up, all of the thoughts, all of the emotions, all of the feelings, all of the things that are trying to take you away, and you continue to sit there. And that's it. That's a success. That's meditation right there. And eventually, it's going to feel different with time, whatever that means for that person, whatever it means for your meditation practice. And there's some days where I don't want to sit with myself. I don't want to do it, but I do it because I know that at the end of that meditation, my state of being is going to change one way or another. And if I don't feel it in the physical world, my energy, the signal that I'm broadcasting, my frequency has changed, and I trust that. So, man, meditation is the ultimate drug, truly. I look forward to it all the time, every day. And when I don't do it, I notice a huge shift within myself. Like, I'm different. And I love who I am with meditation. And this is something that I've just realized after hours and hours. So I'm sure I could come up with a lot more, so maybe I'll make a second video on this, but if there's anything you want to share about your journey with these meditations, then please drop them below. Anything that you've experienced, drop them in the comments below. I love reading. Additionally, I am creating customized manifestation audio tracks. So if you want an audio track that is going to reprogram your subconscious mind, it is layered with subliminal messages and also a customized for your manifestations, then I can create one for you. You're going to fill out a form and tell me exactly what it is that you are manifesting, and I'm going to create an audio file for you to listen to at any time of the day, and it's yours forever, so that you can fast track your manifestations and reprogram your mind while you meditate. It's so impactful and so powerful, so check that out. Additionally, I am opening up a Pathway to Freedom 4-week program. It's going to be incredibly impactful, involving and including Dr. Joe Dispenza techniques, as well as teachings, practices, somatic practices, as well as meditations, affirmations, all of the things in order to free your mind, free your energy, free your heart, and also become the conscious creator of your reality. So if you want a condensed program that is going to give you the pathway to manifest from a place of freedom, then this is for you. It opens October 18th, and you can sign up in the link below. Thank you so much, Earth Angels. Let's continue sharing.